one of the quirky traits that I have when I'm on holidays, especially if our holiday is overseas, is that I work hard to not look like I'm a tourist. And it's not that the clothes I wear are flamboyantly Australian. You know, I don't wear football jerseys or thongs with the Aussie flag on them. So I think I look like a local when I'm on holidays. It's more so I'm kind of walking around or driving around like I know where I'm going. Like, I don't want to be someone who people come up to and say, you know, you look lost. Can I help you? Today and Wednesday we'll be looking at the parable of the lost son, which I think depicts humanity with the same mindset that I have when I'm on holidays, which is to presume that I'm not lost even though I don't really know where I'm going. And what Jesus teaches us is that the gospel message is for those who don't know that they're lost. Luke 15 verse 11, Jesus continued, "There was a man who had 2 sons. The younger one said to his father, 'Father, give me my share of the estate.' So he divided his property between them. Not long after that, the younger son got together all he had, set off for a distant country, and there squandered his wealth in wild living." Now, as the story continues, we're told that because of circumstances beyond his control, as well as the frivolous way he wasted all his money, the younger son hit rock bottom. In fact, he had sunk to such a low point that he considered eating the food that was meant to be fed to the pigs. And so he made the decision, having now realised the shame that he brought on himself, to return home and to beg his father to take him back, not as a son, but as a paid worker. Luke 15 verse 20. "But while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and was filled with compassion for him. He ran to his son, threw his arms around him and kissed him. The son said to him, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son.' But the father said to his servants, 'Quick, bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Bring the fattened calf and kill it. Let's have a feast and celebrate. For this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found.' And so they began to celebrate." Now, I wonder in our modern society whether people still feel ashamed of the things that they've done, or the things that they've said, or the things that they've thought. I mean, the more society moves away from the Bible, the more they embrace sinful lifestyles, I think the less shame that they will feel. After all, if the moral standard you live by is one that you control, then you will simply raise or lower that standard to meet your current level of morality. But if the Bible is right, then there is a God-given morality that is built into each of us. And so even though we push away the shame or regret, it's still there, and it still lingers because we all sin. And somewhere deep inside us, we know that we sin. The parable of the lost son reminds us that we all are lost because of our sin, and that there will be times in our life when we realise we're lost, and so we look for help in some form or another. And so, friends, what we offer is that help. We know the good news of how Jesus rescues those who are lost. Not only that, but Jesus in this parable confirms for us how willing God is to welcome back those who are lost, who in their despair call out to God for help. And so with that in mind, why don't you take a couple of minutes to pray for 2 people you know who are lost. Ask God to open their eyes to the truth and to work through his Spirit to enable them to look to Jesus for help.